let me just throw the link out. Man. An angry band. Hello, what's up? Can you hear me, or is the music too loud? So I don't know if I can turn it down. But if I need to yell, I will yell. Is my mic even working? You're gonna skip this one, Sook? Let me see if I can turn it down. How's that? Did that even work? Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like when you stream sound, it doesn't change it no matter what, but that's good. Dude, City Pop is the shit. If you don't listen to it, you should. I'll play that next time. 'Cause I love some City Pop. Alright, y'all. I'm tired, but I want to talk about this banner with everybody. Okay. Lab banner. No, I would never make Suki a mod. He just has Prime. He already knows I can't trust him with that shit. I should make MLG a mod though. That'd be. Don't do it, Suki. Don't. I need to say anonymous. I'll make everyone who shows up a mod. So you mod each other. So it'll be a true chaos Twitch channel. Cause chaos is the best way of living. Alright. This banner. So we have our lab campaign relic drop. We got new awakening dyads. What the hell? Okay, we got new DAASBs for Rydia and Trey. We got a new arcane dyad for Trey, a new sync for Rydia, a new LBO for Squall, and a new Glint Plus for Rydia and Trey. So this is a heavily situated Rydia and Trey banner. So if you're looking for some stuff for them, this is probably a good place to get that stuff. Since they're multi-element and can be used in Rydia can be used in water, earth, holy. Trey can be used in fire, water, ice. So they can go anywhere. They can go pretty well in 3 different elements. In which case, if you're looking for a multi-purpose character, it's a pretty good banner for you. And after using a lot of characters that aren't, you know, maybe the highest tier in their element. It's fun to use their shit sometimes. Like, you can do some nutty shit with either like Sid 4 or some nutty shit with Yuffie. Like, they might not be like, you know, the best of the best, but it's fun to just, you know, crank out their shit when you're bored or you want to try something different, you know. So in this case, Rydia is already strong as it is with her three sinks, and she's about to get a fourth one. And Trey is pretty much very self-sufficient with his sink and his 2 ASBs, and now he becomes even more self-sufficient with his DAASB. But let's look at what's going to be coming tomorrow. So we have our campaign where if we beat 3 bosses in Season 2, Fire Week, Water Week, and Lightning Week, we get Scrolls, Mithril, and Elemental series tickets. So, if you haven't beaten them before, this is a good time to go back and start killing them now for all this good free stuff. Again, you got to thank El Nino for all of this information, and LaRue, everybody, for compiling all of this stuff together so we can talk about it. Stamps is the same thing. Go up to 10 for a free pick from Selection A. Go up to 15 for a free pick from Selection B. Selection B, of course, has all the new stuff. Selection A has old stuff for characters that are featured in this banner, or featured in banners 1 and 2. And banner 2 might actually surprise you a little bit, because there's some good relics on there, such as Kane SASB 2 or Yuffie SASB, which go well with their DAs if you happen to pick them up. You know, stuff like that. So but wait for Dreams, because Dreams is right around the corner. We just don't know when, because we never know when Dreams are going to be. Alrighty. So let's talk about Rydia. Her Awakening Dyad, Awoken Eidolon King, name could change. 7 water elemental hits with BDL plus 1 attached to them. She gets Magic Mind plus 50%, so a free, you know, Mog Cape boost, and water stacking. Do you think there'll probably be? I think there's a section down here in this review where it shows you where all the selections in A and B are. So I'll go over that too. And she gets Dual Awoken Summoning Mode 1, Water Ability Damage plus 5%. So what that does the normal stuff that DASBs do. Mode 1 gives you triple cast, so if you cast once, it'll cast 2 times after. Mode 3 will give her BDL plus 1, rank boost, and a W cast. So it's for the good amount of turns, where it could be 3, 3, 2, 1, 0, depending on how long you are in your DASB phase. So Rydia combos very well with a good majority of her sinks. It can help her triple cast if you have her Holy Sync 3. It can help triple cast a Command 1 along with attaching the extra BDLs from your team's actions. So she can pop off pretty well for 1 turn, depending on how much you support her in her doing damage, whether that be in perils, whether that be buffs, or whether that just be overall increase in magic damage. She can do a shit ton of damage. And so if you want to pair this with another sync, if you want to pair this with another sync that isn't her water sync, you would do DA first, and then you would do either sync 1 or sync 3 sync 3 after. But if you were using a water, you can either do your sync 2, sync 4, or go right into DA and sync 2, sync 4. You can just do whatever one suits your needs the best. Know what I mean? Since it triple cast summoning, it doesn't just triple cast a specific element. Triple cast all summoning. So comes an A1 summoner for now, like she always has been. Top tier, very good, very very good relic, very good. All right, now we're gonna move on to Trey. Trey DASB, 7 Fire Ice Water hits with BDL plus 1 attached. Gives him Tri-Element mode and Dual Awoken Sharpshooter mode 1. And it increases sharpshooter damage by 5%, whether it is rank boosted or not. And so Trey gives himself crit chance from 50 to 100%, depending on how many uses of a sharpshooter ability you use, while also reducing his cast time up to a high quick cast, which is great because you want Trey to go as fast as he can to utilize his DA and SA as much as possible. And Trey hits pretty damn hard, especially if you have his bow LMR and he has native WCAS 2 LM2. He will hit like a motherfucker. Yes, I said that. He will hit pretty damn hard. So I wouldn't sleep on any of these characters. And if you need a multi-elemental character, this is probably a pretty good banner for you to pull on. It'll help you in a lot of fights specifically. Whether it be easier content or whether it be end game content that we have right now, DKs, DBs, dreams, torments, whatever. This is gonna be. These are your top 2 relics, of course, because they're DAs, and everyone wants DAs now. So, good choices, good pickups if you happen to go for them. Don't know when these come back. I know Iridia's Dyad comes back in JP's recent fest, like Banner 4 or Banner 5 or one of those, but that's like 6 months, maybe 5-6 months down the line if you don't happen to get it here. But yeah, Trey is very good. If you need a reliable fire, ice, water DPS, he will do it. Especially since he has HE2, he will most likely be capping whether you want him to or not. And then you have Trey's ADSB, gives him BDL +1 and fire and ice and water switch, tri-element mode, switch mode. So that DA, SA, he'll be hitting 40Ks very easily and very consistently. So Balthier's Arcane Dyad, he's had this before, this is reoccurring. Same thing, gives him BDL +1 and fire stacking. So I just used Balthier in a run recently for a DK, and with his ASB2 and ASB1 or SASB, he can easily get up to 40Ks no problem. So Balthier is a pretty strong choice as well, just in the fire element. He has a SB plus 250 Glint plus. He has a fire chain. He can imperil. Balthier is a pretty reliable, team slot. If you have his chain, you want to give him heat offering, burn offering, or just his HA and pray that he imperils. Pretty solid choice. And now let's go over a new relic, which is Rydia's Sync 4. Yes, Sync 4. I think, no, she is maybe the second person to have 4 syncs, unless I'm counting wrong. The first one is definitely Bart's. I don't think anyone else has 4 syncs right now. I think the most I've seen is 3 at the moment, in anyone that isn't Bart's. Onion has 1, 2. Yep, Onion does have 4 syncs. So Onion and Bart's are your 4 syncs right now. He still doesn't have a fire magic sync in JP. So I wonder when they're gonna give him that, and I wonder how that's gonna be. But anyway, Rydia, 15 water. It's a water sync, so probably better than her second one. Her second one is mostly focused on survivability. It heals, gives her stock. I think the Command 2 gives stock and a damage reduction barrier. So it's definitely built around survivability. It was built around the time where Ifrit was around. So it's supposed to help you get through all your Ifrit phases, which was what that one does. But this one, let me see if it's a little bit different. It gives her BDL +1, IC1, and alternate dimensions mode. Alternate dimensions mode is, see if I can find it. So here we go. Rydia Synchro, Eidolon King Outburst, 6 single water, and a higher multiplier for his weakness. So it's innately stronger, and it gives her self-water ability damage plus 30%. So cool thing with Radia is you can do the whole, you can do if you have ASB or you don't have, if you have ASB or DASB, you can give her chain waterja or chain waterga, and what you can do is put that on slot 1. You can pop your SASB4, pop your AASB, and then it'll stay linked to the chain waterga, so you can make that move stronger after using your command 1, which also has a chance of W casting. So you can get 3 casts of command 1 straight into a linked up chain waterga. So Rydia is, pretty cool in that aspect, to where she maintains that link, and her command 1 just makes chain waterga even stronger, since it's just water damage, water ability damage, not summon damage. So that's some sick tech right there. And then the defense, Eidolon King's Wallet, Overflow single hit, Self-Summon QC2, and Smart Ether 2. Alternate Dimensions mode, chases 1, 2, 3 sync, chases 1, 2, 3 sync abilities with a summon, God, I can't read this. With a 1-hit overflow summon of water ability that either gives QC, HQC, or IC1, and water damage plus 0 to 50% based on the amount of chases that you do. So each time you use a summon ability, it chases, and it gives you QC, it gives you HQC, it gives you IC. So it's not too bad. So it makes her flexible and fast at the same time. Pretty good choice in water if you are missing maybe Mia, Go-Go, Quistis, let me see who else, Edge. You probably have Edge, but this can also combo with Edge pretty well too. And any other water mage that you can make use of. Rydia is definitely one of the higher tier water summoners or mages in the game at the moment, and she maintains that position for a good while. Of course, not as crazy as Mia with her ATB stuff and AD, ASB2, all that good stuff. And yeah. Oh yeah, Strago. I keep forgetting about Strago, because I rarely ever use Strago anymore. But yeah, she's good. If you don't have any of those, Rydia is a very good option to throw in there. Strago's good because he has a chain. He has a 250 plus 250 SB, so he can be pretty useful. And he also has his damage heal, where if he gets hit, he can heal. He has a chance of healing the team. So don't count Strago out too. Yeah, and Rydia will be the future 3.0 water chain holder as well. So that frees up some space for Go-Go to go to just imperil. You have Mia on your team, and you have Rydia on your team. So there you go. There could be your 3 top choices at the moment right there. Or, if you have Quistis, you have her G+, all that good stuff. Quistis can do Quistis can do Quistis stuff, and you're off to the races. Yeah, she gets a 250 gauge SB, this Glint Plus this banner. This is the banner that really starts emphasizing a lot of characters of getting 250 SB Glint Pluses, because they just keep after this they just keep handing them out like candy. And it's kind of funny though, because everyone's getting these, and a lot of chainers who have who have Gen 2 chains get their 500 SB Glint Pluses. Oh shit, Exile modding. I'm this close to putting that sword in there, man. And then you have Trey's Sync. Here we go. So this, if you happen to get this and his DA, put these two together, Trey becomes a certified monster. A certified villain. A mad villain. So yeah, triple dual arrows, 6-hit ranged, fire, ice, water. Picks the element of the weakness that it deals, and it gives him an element of the damage that he deals. Defend, sharp snipe, single hit range, gives himself QC and crit chance plus 100% for 2 turns. You probably won't be using this as often, if not at all, unless you need to push phase or not do too much damage and really just whittle the boss down before you maybe do a ADSB finisher or you're planning something else out. But this is a pretty good and solid SASB for Trey. And also what it does is every 2 chases, it increases the ability damage of fire, ice, or water. So every 2 times you use sync ability or an actual ability, it'll give him plus 30% of the element of the damage that you're dealing. So almost kind of like how Tidus can do command 1 HA, command 1 HA. He can't really do that as well, but every 2 turns you'll be doing more damage. So you gotta plan for that, plan the best you can for that. And while also doing 4 hits on top of that as well. Yeah. Now we got Squall Sync 3. The fun looking one that goes with this DA very well in the future. Gunblade Burst does ice or fire damage. So if you remember the era of Squall BSB, this is a much better version of it. And we all know how good Squall's BSB was when it came out. And Squall's BSB, Sora's BSB, basically the same thing. We all know how good that thing was. So yeah, let me see. Let me read it. There we go. Switch draw mode 3, junk shot mode, draw revolver mode. I'm having a hard time speaking. My lisp is coming out. Yeah. So it does 5 through 8 hits based on how many weaponry models you have, which can be attained through WCAS. So when Squall gets his DA in the future, you can use his command 2 once, it'll triple cast it, and you'll be able to do 8 hits right off the bat. So you'll be able to do 8 hits on top of W casting, on top of triple casting, on top of his LM2 probably casting, and then you do his HA or whatever ability you have attached to it. And it buffs him to 100% crit. So Squall, this is one of the items that turns Squall into an inevitable monster in realm in the future. Yeah, FF8 has a lot of monsters in their realm already, has way too many, and more than it needs, but this can probably help you if you're a Squall lover, or if you're a Squall stan, a Squall fan. This is probably the relic that you want to be looking at right now. I think it comes back with this DA. Not too entirely sure. I haven't looked that far into the future, but if you get it here, he's set to go once you get that DA. You don't have to worry about SASB 1. Don't have to worry about SASB 2. Just pop this baby and he's off. He's off. All right. And he chases Spellblade with a self 250 SB and IC1. So this can set you up right into your DA too. So you pop this, do your draw revolver mode, get half your gauge back. You probably end up having enough gauge depending on how much time the boss hits you, or you can entrust to him. Boom, pop DA, command 2 one more time, off, and he's good to go. But if you want to probably save your time, you do DA into this and then use command 2 right into command 1. You'll save more time doing that than you will doing it the other way. Balthier's, and then on to Balthier's Sync. Gives him 6 hit, machinist damage plus 30%. Defense is a instant imperil, 10% for 5 seconds. And then every Onslaught Chaser chases Sync with 3 single fire range attacks, and every 2 chases it gives party fire damage plus 10%. So this also makes Balthier very good in being a chainer because 1, he can imperil, he can buff the party, and he can just keep the team's damage relatively high if you're outside of realm, and if you're looking for a buff in fire damage, consistently for 15 seconds. And then you have Squall's Awakening 3. Ice Fire Hones Unlimited, rank QC. So this is supposed to pair with his ASB1, ASB2. And it chases 2 Ice Fire attacks with a single overflow hit. That is also Ice and Fire, while giving him Ice Fire damage plus 10%. Also has Switch Draw mode. And then you have Trey's Glint Plus. And Fire and Ice and Water. All that stacking. And he can chase Fire, Ice, Water abilities with a 4-hit Fire, Ice, Water chase. And then Rydia, and then the one that they didn't list here, Rydia gets a SB plus 250 Glint Plus. So you can use that turn 1, turn 2, whenever you need to use it. Free gauge is always good gauge. And I don't think any of us will ever, argue against that. Alright, then you got Banner 2. You got Zell Sync. I'm not really going to go over these. You can read them up yourself. You got Zell Sync, Irvine Sync, Zell's Awakening, Yuffie Sync, and Kane Sync. So Kane Sync, Yuffie Sync. Since they recently just got their DAs, we all know how well Kane does with his DA. He becomes absolutely ridiculous. Command 2 buffs his damage. Command 1 gives him break caps. He can triple cast Command 1. He can quad cast Command 1 with his LMR too, and he can just do some nutty shit. And you got Yuffie, who pairs really well with DA, because what you do is you Azure Unending, get all your stacks, go right into SA. You don't really need to do your Command 2 for Yuffie unless you want more damage, but you can go right into Command 1. You'll be hitting 8s the entire time. Link your HA to Command 1. You'll probably be doing 32 to 40 hits in a turn. So Yuffie does good damage. Command 2 also gives water damage plus 30%, and it gives her an extra cast, so it can do up to 48 hits. And remember, Kane's DSB does W cast, no matter what someone may say. So if you're having a hard time, make sure you read your stuff. Reading is very important, or else you're gonna have a bad time. All right. Let's see. We probably won't get this chain pickup, whatever. But let me see if there's the... There may not be the list of relics that are in Selection B. There are not. Yeah, our favorite person said that the other night. It was pretty funny. I got a very good laugh out of that. But yeah, so since they don't have what's gonna be in Selection A and Selection B, we'll just have to find out tomorrow. Usually they don't have chains in there unless it's Selection B and it's a new chain. But Balthier's chain could be there. Not too entirely sure. I pulled on this banner in JP when it came out because I needed some tech. And I didn't get what I wanted, and then I stopped playing JP after that. So I don't really remember what was in Selection A and Selection B. Alrighty. So, in my eyes, get the DAs if you can. If you get the DAs and that's it, I would leave the banner. Because, of course, the higher end of the banner is probably always the most worth part in this case. So, in the next upcoming banners, I think this is definitely one of the stronger ones, and I'm only talking about this banner, core banner. We have the Dark Lab banner coming up, Type 0 and 15. 15 I feel is the weakest of the bunch because Gladio is the only thing you really want there. No one really wants Ravis. No one's really going to use Ravis, but if he's a favorite of yours, hey, go for it. Dark Lab, probably the strongest one in my eyes, mostly just because Dessel DA with Sync 2 is pretty insane. And he has a CSB. the the Gen 3 Dark Chain. Golbez gets his DA, AD, Sync 2, LBO. Cypher gets a DA, and he gets his AD and A2 will come back. So this is a pretty strong single elemental banner is what I mean to say. Type 0, King gets pretty ridiculous. So look at that banner for the next probably, let's see, January, February, for the next month. Look at the next 5 banners on the. I'll just put the calendar in here. Don't worry, it's not a bad link. Don't worry, I'm not giving you a virus. But yeah, so that spreadsheet will show you all the upcoming banners if you don't know already. Most of us know of it and reference it a lot when it comes to our pools. I always advise you look ahead for something that you're interested in, see if it's on a better banner, such as in the case in FF13. I did about 3 pools. I got mine to bot DA, and I called it a day. Too many more pools, and I probably would not have gotten anything else that I would have wanted, which was Null DA and probably Sarah AD. So, yeah, it'll come back. Remember, everything always comes back, but it's always good to look ahead and see when it comes back so you can be more prepared for it. Because luck favors the prepared. But, yeah. Rydia DA, Trade DA, really good. If you get Rydia's Glint, that'll probably help you in having Rydia do most of her stuff sooner. So I say DA's up there, Rydia Glint up there, Squall, Sync 3 up there as well. And if you want a combo with, if you have nothing else for Rydia or Trey, I put their synchros that are on this banner about to where Squall's is. Just so that you can combine them, do more damage, and keep your DPS going so that the fight is a little bit easier for you. So, if anything, just hope for the best. Hope that you get everything, under the amount of pulls that you set for it. Hopefully, no one has to mercy anything or, pull all of it. I'm probably going to do 3 tomorrow and just see where we go from there. Because initially I wasn't planning on pulling on it, but I thought about it again. I mean, you could do some nutty shit with Rydia DA and SA3, or Rydia DA and SA2. So it can make some fights a lot more interesting, a lot more fun. You don't have to always get high-end DPS. Just do what you think is going to be the most fun outcome for you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just like to do stupid runs because it's stupid and it's funny. And you get a kick out of it. It's better than always focusing on, alright, I gotta get the strongest in this element, gotta get the strongest here, and here. We all know they're strong. We all know we're aiming for it. But if you want to have fun, along with getting strong shit, plan it out. And hope for the best. Alright, so who's pulling on this banner? I want to know right now. I want to know who's pulling, how many pulls, and how deep you're thinking about going into this banner. So I can laugh at you while I laugh at myself about how bad my pulls are going to be. I know MLG's going to do 1, 2. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get both the DAs in one and then call it a day. So you get that Rydia and Trade DPS. And then the week after this is the Core banner. So if you don't know, we get Core Bahamut next month. Next week. More emotes, more stuff, and some in-realm core characters get pretty damn bonkers, like Wedge. Tyro becomes pretty cool. I think Dr. Mog gets pretty good here too. I forgot. I gotta look into it. But Tyro and Wedge, chef's kiss right there. I think Core Bahamut is probably gonna be the easiest one of them all if you have the good amount of tech. If you have Seraphy, Wedge, and Tyro, you can just go Wind and just do all the wind damage you can. It should be a stomp. But if you didn't happen to get anything, remember you can use characters like Rain, Lastwell, Finna, or any other Beyond character. No cage characters, unfortunately, but only Beyond and Core. I'm waiting for the Kingdom Hearts Bahamut. That'd be pretty funny. Where they just shill all the DAs and SAs on one banner, and then they're like, "Hey, just fight this dragon. It doesn't matter if you don't have anything. Just fucking do it." Like, oh, you whiffed everything? Ah, sorry to hear that. Just fucking do it. But yeah, I'm seeing I'm seeing that a lot of people are maybe 2 pools. 5 is probably the limit, which I probably put on this banner, because you get a lot more good stuff later. And if you're looking for Rydia comes back, in the 2 fests from now. So for that cage Bahamut, get all your Sora, Riku's, Axels, and Roxas's ready. I wonder if they would let you bring like Cloud, Yuffie, or Squall in there, or Sephiroth, or even Sid or Aerith. That'd be pretty funny if they like allowed that. Who's gonna heal? Unless they bring out a healer like Kyrie. Who's gonna be keeping you alive? Dude, Quintessync is still not on the Dreams. It just got on Dreams and JP recently, which is bullshit. It's so bullshit. It comes back in Banner 4 of the next fest. But dude, like, come the fuck on. Just put Quintessync in Dreams so everyone can get it already. So you don't have to YOLO it in a realm ticket in a realm that's already saturated full of shit that you don't want. Like Amaranth SASB. Like, who the fuck wants that? I for sure don't. Yeah, so Quinta comes up in P4 of next fest and B5 2 fest from now, and that's it. Oh no. I think does Quintessync come back in the Poison in the Biolab banner? In the Biolab banner that came out maybe 2-3 months ago. Was it there? Let me check. Because if it is, that's a pretty good banner to go in on too for a couple of things. Let me see. Nope. Wait. Nope, it does not. That is sad and unfortunate. But it does have Quiz's DA, has Edgar DA, and has Layla DA. So there's that. I think I remember. I forgot what banner was on, but I think I remember for Quinta SASB, I think I did 10 pulls for that thing, because it just was not dropping, and my heart rate was getting up. I was getting visibly upset. And I was like, I just want this one thing, dude, and this game's holding it from me, just dangling it over my face. And ever since then, I'm just like, yeah, 10 pulls, that's it. If I go any more, it's just for Hones at this point. But the goal is to never go above 10 pulls. 10 pulls for any banner that I'm looking at is the cap. No, it's the soft cap. Hard cap is 15 if I'm completely desperate for it, but soft cap that 10, man. And just pray. Sometimes you just have to have irrational confidence. You just gotta tell yourself everything's gonna be okay, and you'll get it in one. And you know, you 50-50 chance you do. And it's funny now that, because like if you look at the 13 banner, 10 out of 11 of the relics are 7-star. So anytime you get a 7-star, it could be the shittiest 7-star on that banner, and it could not even be good. But anytime you get a 6, you know it's going to be vanilla LMR plus. And soon they're just going to phase out 6-stars altogether. Once everyone gets their 250 SB Glint plus, or everyone gets their 500 SB Glint plus. But that's soon going to happen. And then somehow they're going to phase in 8-star relics, which is going to be hilarious. And I wonder what that's going to be. I feel like they're going to phase in 8-star relics maybe 2 fests from now. Yeah, that's a good Magic team. Hope does Hope things. Nabat does Nabat things, and Range just capitalizes on both. Now see, imagine if Hope's AA, that's it. Yeah, his HA was a 5-hitter that imperiled. That'd be much better than a 6-hitter that dehaze. Or would it? I don't know. It's going to be Dr. Mog, and then just Tyro, Alara, everybody just pops out. No, it's going to be Shadowsmith. He's going to... See, Dr. Mog's going to come out, Shadowsmith's going to corrupt it, and then that'll be a 8. That'll be a 8-star relic. Yeah, I wonder when DA selects are going to happen. Probably next fest. And of course it'll have only up to those first 4 fest banners. I have a feeling that's what Den is gonna do. Like just a gut feeling that they're just gonna punch you in the face just like that. They're gonna say the cutoff was that holy banner before it. And you only get these 4 choices or 5 choices of DAs, and that's it. But alright, that is a review. Thank you for coming out. I'll probably be doing some pulls tomorrow. If anything, I'm probably going to do pulls later in the day, or I'll just record them. I'll see. I'll be a little busy tomorrow. So, today was like the first free day I've had in a long time. So, it was nice to relax a little bit. But I'll put it in either the general Discord, Nino's Discord, Dirge's Discord, about what I'm going to do. Because even I don't know what I'm going to do. I might end up being free tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, like always, look at what you have. Look at what you need. If it comes on a banner immediately that you don't like, make sure and see if it comes back on a different banner that you like in the future. You don't need to have everything right then and there. You can always wait for it to always come back. And just remember to have fun with the game. Do dumb shit every once in a while. Make dumb runs. Use characters that you rarely ever use just because it's fun. And they're in the game, and they get better. So there's probably a use for them somewhere. Like, Ingus right now is a fucking mad lad for after the recent relics he just got. So, you know, everyone becomes about B plus A tier in this era of DA. So just throw shit at the boss and see if it works. Alright, Mouty. Everybody have a nice night, evening, morning, wherever you may be. Stay safe, have fun, and yeah. Eat some good food and peace out.